7 turn right, heading 185, reduce speed 180 knots.
185 on the heading, 180 on the seatbelt there, 007.
Speedbird 124, reduce speed 160 knots to 40 ME.
Reduce 160 to 4, speed 124.
Hello there guys, Matt here, welcome back to part number 2 of our flight from Amsterdam to St Maarten. We are just in the cruise at flight level 380. We've been doing some step climbs all the way, and we have approximately 266 miles left to go. We've been in the air for 7 hours and 30 minutes, which is pretty reasonable for this length of a flight. However, we must prep the descent and the arrival, which is, well, it's a necessity, otherwise we ain't going anywhere. Okay, so let me point you in the direction of my browser. This is the current METAR right here for St Maarten, which is, wind is 120 at 10, so coming from the northeast at 10 knots. It's varying between 080 and 140. Good visibility, scattered at 1600, scattered at 2800. It's 27 degrees, so nice and warm. Pressure's average 1016 or 3002, and there's no significant change. So let's hop over to the charts and we'll find TNCM. This is St Maarten, Princess Juliana, as you all probably know it. There's only one star, and it's the well, Uluba 1 is the arrival. We're coming in from Manolo. It's up in the northeast. So this is a Manolo transition for the Uluba 1 arrival, and then we will be flying one of the arrivals, which I assume is probably going to be an RNAV they take. Would make sense. Just rotate that and see. Oh yeah, you can actually just fly the RNAV from Manolo. It goes all the way. And then you go to a place called Mapen, and then after Mapen it's visual approach. Let's have a look at the other chart, see what's what. Wow, you can actually... Wow! You can fly a visual on the other side? Who knew? I did not know that. That is new news to me. It's pretty cool though. It's pretty cool. Okay, so let's just program that in. We'll program the RNAV for runway 10 with the details that are on the screen. I just turned the chart upside down. Good job, Matt. Minimum 700 and actually 700 feet on the dot, and that's all we need to do. So back to the sim, and we'll do just that. So MCDU depart arrive and RNAV runway 10 from Manolo, like this. It flies the whole thing. We don't really need to put the arrival in, we'll just leave it like that. It goes to Manolo, and then at 2600 or above. That's it. If we look at plan mode and then go back down, actually zoom in first. There you go, easy. You come back a page. O bike or O beak, then Otmut, and then a left turn to Ovaki, Lesor or Lesor, then Mapen, and then the runway. So that's good. In at ref, we currently have 14.9 tons of fuel, and we are estimated to land with 10.8, so say 10.9 for ease. So that's -4 off our current gross weight, so it'll be 246 -4, which is 242. We'll stick that in there. and then we'll get our flap speed. So there's flap 30, and 141 is the approach speed. We'll plus 5 onto that, so we'll be approaching at about 146. And our auto brake today is numero 3 with idle reverse. Although the infamous very low approach, if you're sat on the beach, is present, it's a pretty decently sized runway, to be honest with you. It's not that bad. It's bad if you're trying to do long haul out of here, but it's 2,300 meters long, so that's pretty reasonable. And you can only vacate on Charlie. Actually, let me show you the charts again. You can only vacate on Charlie, so we're landing on runway 10. We're never going to stop by Charlie, and we are a 747, so we're going to need at least this turnaround, if not this. We'll probably stop by this. Oh, wait, never mind. Intermediate turning bay not permitted for heavy aircraft. Other aircraft shall make their turn to the right using the... Okay, right, wait, what? Intermediate turning bay not permitted for heavy aircraft. Other aircraft landing runway 10. Okay, other, so if you're not heavy, then you can use it. Okay, so we have to go all the way to the end. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the auto brake right down to 1, because we literally have to roll down the entire runway and then backtrack half the runway to vacate on Charlie, and then we can taxi to the terminal, which is just straight ahead. So that's all that done. Minima I said was 700 feet, so we'll dial that in. So minimums are here. If I can actually make it do something, there we go. Barrow 700, like so. Perfect. Let's go back to map mode so we can see what I'm doing. Increase the range a little bit. There we go. And that's pretty much everything sorted. There's not really much more to do. It's relatively straightforward. I think the whole like hype about St Maarten is the fact that you can stand right underneath the landing gear as it touches down. But beyond that, it's as far as like flying goes. I think the departure out of here is more interesting than the arrival, because you've got some nice mountains in front of you. There is a missed approach. When we looked at the chart, you probably saw it. I didn't explain it very well. Actually, I didn't explain it at all. But if you look here, go back to the charts, it just says at the bottom here, right turn, max 205 knots, direct on bed, climb 4,000. So if at any point, oh actually at Maypun, if you need to go around, then just right to on bed. But at any point you can just go right to on bed and maintain 4,000. The RNAV starts at Avaki at 2,600, and you cross the final approach fix, which is Lisor at 1,700. So we can use that to check, and then MDA at Maypon, which is 700 feet. So it's we'll just leave the automatics to figure it out, and we'll just make sure we cross-check the numbers with the chart, and everything should work pretty well. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how they return back to Amsterdam. I don't think that they can do it in one go. I think they'd have to fly from St Maarten to somewhere else to get fuel, because I don't think the runway is long enough to take off fully laden back to Amsterdam. I might be wrong. So if you know, or at least before the next video gets put out, if you know, then please let me know. Don't write in the comments like 5 months later, oh, Amsterdam rotation is this, when I've already done the video. I mean, I may not even do the return, but at least it's an option, so there you go. But yeah, that's all good for now. Everything is set up. Let's have a look at the progress page. Top of descent for us is in 111 miles, 110 miles coming up. So we'll just chill out and wait for that, I guess. Okay, so we're just inbound to Otmut. I think that's the pronunciation of it. Just passing 6,500 feet. Still on profile, 250 knots. And we're going to have to start slowing down in just a sec. Flat release speed for flat 1 is 280. So we can stick flat 1 out now. If the actual textures was loaded in, there we go. You'll see the slats come out. See the airport over there in the distance. So we're just going to basically fly like a racetrack pattern to runway 10. If I hit speed intervene and I bring it back to flat 1, give it a bit of speed brake as well, just to slow us down. Approach comes faster than you think. And we'll take flat 5. See flat 5 coming out now. Perfect. Spoilers can go back in. Let's slow it down to the flat 5 bug speed, which is 181. Now, hopefully, there's a little bit of cloud in the way once we get onto the final approach course, which is kind of annoying because I wanted to fly the visual approach, but oh well, never mind. I don't know why I just pressed approach then. That doesn't make sense. Alright, so everything is done in VNav and LNav on RNav. So if I would just press that in. Okay, never mind. One sec. Let me bring it back down. Clearly didn't set this up correctly. See, Mapo at 170 knots. That is not going to work for me. So if I do 180 here, overhead of Vaki, then that should slow down everything else. Then I can push it in and it will stay there. Okay, good. A little bit high, 500 feet above profile. Not too worried about that at the moment. Going to spin it round as well to the runway heading, which is 096, like so. And we're aiming for 1,700 feet at Lisor. So we actually reset MCP to minimum, so 700 feet. VNav path, LNav path, everything is good. So we're going to go flap 10. And now we will keep this on intervene all the way down. And this is the thing I was talking about with the clouds. You cannot see a thing. Well, that's alright. And flap 20. We'll fly this with flap 20 for a little bit and do 160 knots. Check the wing out, beautiful. We go through the clouds. That is such a nice view. Okay, we can arm the speed brakes. And we'll just keep an eye out for braking through the clouds. We're still on profile, we're still on VNAV path. Perfect, aiming for 1700 feet. It's actually 1700 feet or above at least, so it should be hard coded to 1700. So that might screw us up a little bit, but not too much. Just get through the cloud, we'll be okay. Perfect, there it is. I'm fully visual now, so we're going to take gear down. And we're going to start to reduce to the approach speed, which is 141 plus 5, so 146 with flap 30. If I'd have waited for the gear, that'll go off as soon as the gear goes 3 green. There we go. I always do that. I make the same mistake in the 777 as well. I think that the gear is instant when it's not. Just waiting for this cloud to clear before I fully take manual control. What I can do is take throttle or thrust. There we go. And now we're clear. We can disconnect the autopilot and we'll throw that to 4,000 feet like so, and now we have control. So all we got to do is land it. But everything is good. Bit of power. Now the good thing about a 747 is, I mean, okay, there's gusts of wind and that can be a big factor, but you can just fly. If there's a chart that you can look at that basically says if you want this approach speed at this specific weight, you just set a specific EPA, which is or N1 in this case, and it should fly it at that speed. Maybe I just made that up, but I'm pretty sure that that's what I've been taught elsewhere. A little bit high, so we'll idle the power and throw the nose down a little bit. There you go. We've got one Pappy back, or one red back.
1,000.
We'll get the other one very soon. And you can see the beach right in front of us, which is where all the brave people of society stand and get blown away. Not so much when aircraft are landing, but definitely when they're departing. Still a touch high. Keep that descent coming down. There we go. Perfect. So we're continuing, completely visual. Speed's good, altitude's good, runway's clear. This is pretty textbook now. Small wind from the right. Bit of power. Just a touch. Coming over the fence.
100. 50. 40. 30.
Idle the power.
10.
Rotate back. And we're down. Idle reverse. There it comes. Brake's doing its thing. And welcome to St Maarten. Well, an approach. Still the reverses. Look at that bridge, that looks beautiful. And we'll spin it around here. Look at that for a view, wow. Back down the runway we go. Spoilers coming in. Flaps coming in. Auto brake gonna go off. And then we get to taxi down here. We'll vacate on Charlie, which is a little bit further down. And then we'll be parking on Alpha 3, I think. Or Alpha 2. Whichever one's vacant. Turn off the landing lights. We'll leave the taxi light on for now. Strobe can stay on. Turn on the APU. Get rid of the flight directors. Don't need them anymore. We will hold that clock. That's 8 hours 21, 8 hours 38 from leaving the gate in Amsterdam, which is pretty impressive considering we took off from 36 left. And the transponder can do the standby now. What airline is that? That is Copa Airlines. I thought it was the Continental, but then I realized they don't exist anymore, so there you go. So what exit is this? This is exit Echo, so 2 more to go yet. Actually, we might be able to prep the gate, so if we Alpha 2. We'll prep. Handling by Menzies. This is Delta. We don't want Delta, so we want the next one along after this one. So we'll vacate there. Although wingtip clearance with that Copa Airlines might be a little bit tricky. We'll see how it goes. Oh, birds. That's not good. Look at them. Alright. Vacate here. That was a terrible turn. Don't judge me. It was almost off the off the taxiway. Oh, you got plenty of room. It's fine. Okay, strobe light can go off, and Alpha 2 is this one here, so I'll just turn onto the stand, turn the taxi light off. GSX wants me to go all the way forward, so we'll see if we can do that, but I'm bothered it's gonna send me off into the abyss. That'll do. Right, parking brake set. APU generator on. We'll just put 1 on because we'll be opening the cargo doors and stuff, so and we can shut down the engines. Ground connections, chocks, and we can request deboarding. I'm hoping that the jetways work. Control J, yes it does. Beautiful. Okay, these can go off, beacon light can go off. Actually, seat belts can go off, like so. And the fuel pumps can also go off as well. Done. All the lights are off there. Good stuff. Okay. We can go to open the doors. So we'll open entry 2 and entry 5. And we'll also open the... Actually... No. We'll close entry 5. And we'll... Oh wait, I just pressed it again. What am I doing? You'll see what I was trying to do. See, entry 5's trying to open there, but I don't want it to. I want this big side door to open. Oh look, Copa Airlines is on its way out. Nice. Close that. I still want to open the bulk cargo, aft cargo, and forward cargo. And then I want to open the side cargo, but it won't open. Why you not open? Whatever. There's a reason for that. I know there is. It's something to do with the generators. In fact, if I do this, and then do this, and then do this. There we go. Came back to me all of a sudden. Perfect. There we go. We are unloading at St Maarten after a almost 9-hour flight from Amsterdam. Happily parked on Alpha 2. Copa Airlines is just about to take off. There's nothing else on the arrival. There's lots of birds in the area. I didn't notice that. I wish I'd seen that before we made the approach, but it really wouldn't have made much difference. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed yet another full flight episode. Again, the support's been phenomenal over the last couple of videos, so thank you very much. If you have any suggestions on where you'd like to see me go and in what aircraft and doing specific things, then let me know. It doesn't have to be jets. You know, if enough of you want something like, you know, the Cessna 172 or the Comanche from A2A, or I don't know, maybe we could venture into Concorde or something like that. Then just let me know. I mean, I have a level of creativity, but it's limited. So if I see something I like more than what I'm thinking about doing, then I usually just go with that instead. But there you go. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. From myself, this very blue aircraft and a very nice St Maarten. I know how many people will want to see this thing take off, but it's going to take far too long. It's been fun. Thanks for watching. Thank you for the support. And until next time, I'll see you later. Ta-ra!